There's my pile of cardboard for my Back to Eden garden. Good old sturdy hand truck right there. This is the table that I'm going to set up today to do my projects on today, since I don't have room anywhere else. This is my other work area, which is also severely cluttered. Got work tables there, beer brewing equipment, a toolbox and all that stuff. It's a mess, I know. Just, nobody likes to see their dirty laundry, but, this is my fault. I take full credit for it, and this is where I operate in. Right here's my seedling rack. That's what I'm going to start some seeds in today. As you can see, I got some fluorescent lights on the underside of the shelves, on each shelf. There's my trays that I'm going to be starting them in. Those are good quality greenhouse trays that I've used for years and years, and they're really good. Little bunch of garden seeds that I'll go through and decide when I'm going to plant. And got a bunch of dried catnip here. This was before I set up my herb growing thing. I also have heat mats, as you can see here. Those will be, set up for my greenhouse and stuff. And just like I said, a whole lot of collected stuff. Don't know, if they call that hoarding, or maybe they call it prepping. They just come up with new words. I just, call it handy. There's my bee jacket. I am a beekeeper. Little old, bought that weed eater a couple years ago. It's a Tanaka, which is a Japanese brand. Has one of the best warranty in the business. That thing's light. Starts on the first, second pull every time. Great machine. Okay, my backyard. Kind of step back here so you can see this. That's a side view of my greenhouse that I framed in last year. Put the greenhouse plastic up. It's still like the day I put it up, looking good. It's been almost a year since it's been up there, so it's doing pretty good there. This is my redneck garden shed, side view of it. This is going away this year. I'm gonna build a new shed. Other view of it. Open front there. Got my lawnmower in there, and little rack in the back there with a little tiny beer fridge, chainsaw, and garden tools, chemicals, the garden chemicals that I haven't used in years because I've ceased to that has been not my philosophy anymore. I don't use any herbicides or pesticides in my yard. I haven't for years, and I'm never going to again. I don't, I work at Home Depot in the garden center. I sell that stuff all day long. But if anybody asks my opinion on it, I just tell them, I just don't believe in it. Nature kind of takes care of itself as far as that's concerned. If I don't kill the good insects, they take care of the bad insects. Okay, kind of a early spring, late winter view of what my greenhouse looks like inside. Lots of dead stuff that I didn't remove last year. I'm not going to pull the roots out of the ground this year. I'll just chop them and let stuff fall where it is. All this is going to be mulched over thick with Back to Eden mulch and compost. Lots of boxes. These boxes have been here for 2 years. 2 years ago I had a hoop house that was over this before I reframed it and built this. A lot more standing room, a lot more movement in here, and I think it cycles a little bit better. It doesn't get as humid in here and dropping water off the top like the hoop house. This is where I pulled the peppers that I'm going to use the seed from for. I don't know if you could see down here, but I've got a huge lavender patch. I'll be pulling that out this year and putting it out in the yard so I could use this space for peppers and stuff, which is primarily what I grow in here. Peppers, eggplants, and a few odd and end tomatoes. Not too many tomatoes because they do take a lot of space. And this right here in this bucket was an agave, and agaves do not take to cold temperature. This is a Zone 5, which gets really cold in the winter, can get down to 0 or below. Got some okra there from last year, which I'll be pulling off and using some seeds. This is a pretty good seed bank. Okay, down here I've got some kale plants. They don't look too healthy, but they are alive, and they've been alive all winter. And this is actually the second year they've been in here. I'll probably cut those back quite a bit, and they will take off from the little sprouts that are at the base. Most of my chard died through the winter. I think I still do have a few green sprouts in there. I'll see if any of that comes up. More lavender in the corner. Again, I'll probably pull that out too. Still green, looking good. Oh, I forgot to show you. It is about 60, well, right about 70 degrees in here. Like I said earlier, it's about 35 outside. Nice little bit of spring in the middle of winter. Okay, this is my backyard, part of it here. Got my Alberta peach tree there. I'm going to prune that back quite a bit. It's starting up to where it's getting a lot of horizontal growth there. Headed up, and I'm going to trim that down. I want mostly, sorry, not horizontal, vertical growth. I want horizontal growth. I want the branches to come outward and be at picking level where they get lots of sun. Right here I've got 3 beehives. They are top bar hives. I built them last year. I had 4. I don't know if you see that 4th one on the other side of my apple tree over there. That is the only one that didn't survive last year. These ones went into winter. I don't know if all 3 are still alive in there. We still had a lot of the problems with the colony collapse and overwintering and mites and stuff like that. I've tried to keep my bees as organic as possible, so I'll break out a stethoscope here in a little bit and see if they're still alive. I do have a couple dead bees in the snow, which tells me that they have come out on a couple of the warmer days, and so I know I probably do have some live bees in there. Okay, this is a big project this year. This apple tree is old and it's huge, and I have not pruned it very much in the past. I am going to prune the hell out of it this year. Bring a lot of these tall branches in the middle down and leave some of these shorter side branches that are coming closer to the ground will be my primary producers. I mean, nobody wants to climb up in the middle of a 15-20 foot tall tree and pick apples. And besides, I want to clear out some of that area over on the other side over here to get some sunlight in so I could use it for garden space. All this area here is going to be back to Eden, mulched in. This has been a fairly decent lawn space. I've kept it good, mowed, so I know it's got good soil there. So there's pretty much good to be worked with, not to mention all the organic material that falls from this tree every year that I don't do anything with. I've got a little apple tree in the corner there. It's a mutt.